Cannabis, marijuana, weed, pot, no matter what you want to call it, what does recreational legalization mean for our society? You know, Molly, when I talk to my friends, a lot of them, they're kind of really wrestling this out. I mean, they're on the fence. What are you hearing on your side?
Honestly, most of my friends have been smoking pot casually for years. That's the truth. And they view it kind of the same as alcohol. Don't drive while you're smoking. Don't go to work high. But they're very, I would say, responsible, contributing members, educated members of society. You know, it's really been around since my teens. That's not even a new phenomenon. But it's interesting with the federal government because they say that they're putting this regulation in place to take care of young people, to make sure that it's out of the hands of young people. So you can't access this specifically, right, until you're 19 in most provinces, 21 in Quebec. And so that's kind of their go around. But the editor of the Canadian Medical Association Journal has said, you know, brains develop all the way to 25.
Wow.
And so it's not actually safe to have it out there. But in my view, and the people around me, it doesn't matter if it's legal or not. They've been doing it for years.
Wow. And you know, Molly, there are so much to really unpack with this. Here's some fast facts from the National Institute on Drug Abuse. Marijuana smoke contains carcinogenic combustion products.
Yeah, I find it interesting because you have added carcinogens, but then you still have no specific link to lung cancer.
Right.
So there's two sides of the coin there. Other critics of marijuana legislation have been pretty tough on who gets the money here, who profits here, Sheldon. You got to talk to a marijuana user about that?
That's exactly right. I went to Toronto last week, Molly, and spoke with a medical marijuana user, Tim Malvey, whose main concern about this whole thing is how much of a tax grab this is for the government and big business, and is concerned over the independents that are in jeopardy of being, you know, really swallowed up by government and big business. Very interesting chat. Take a look at this.
It is pretty much Wild Wild West, especially with the corporate cannabis and the stock exchange taking it on and everything like that. As far as the business aspect, it's definitely changed the landscape in the past little bit for sure. Now more people are cashing in on it, and I don't see much of a difference. Being downtown Toronto, you see it everywhere, you smell it everywhere. I would like to see the big cannabis companies or just the government try to address the small business aspect to it and try not to leave them out, as they're the ones who fought for the culture and create the community in which everybody's now cashing in on.
Those viewers are weighing in on this today. I had a chance to put out on my Twitter this morning, you know, what are your thoughts, concerns, or hopes regarding this legalization? Here's a little bit of what some of you had to say. Jason Powell coming out saying, I've smelled the pot smoke already for the last few years. Now they will actually be policing it. As long as people take it as serious as driving while drunk, then everything will be okay. Wow. Here's Cam Parisian making a little bit of a joke with this. He put up a photo with a hazy shot saying 8 hours into cannabis legalization in Canada, and this is what you get.
Wow.
Gavin, you're funny.
And you know, on a personal, when I think of this too, Molly, I feel this is something that humanity is going to have to really evolve with. We're still government officials. There's legal ends. They're still trying to make sense of this all. And we as people, I think, is going to be something that we're going to have to really take on a case-by-case basis to make sense of it all. In my heart, though, you know, talking to a lot of youth, young adults, speaking, especially from a faith-based perspective, that's where a lot of the war is at times. And I think at the end of the day, whether you decide to puff or not, inhale or not, you have to ask yourself at the core, is this the best way I can take care of my body? And I think that's a good starting point for us to have a greater discussion.
Absolutely.